Punk Rock Bowling is almost here, and I'm very excited. I get to go as a member of press, and that means I get to bring my camera in, do all kinds of photos and video. I'm incredibly excited. So I've been digging into the lineup and checking out bands that I don't know much about, listening to bands that I really love, and I thought, let me do some videos on bands that are going to be there. Maybe I'll introduce some people to some bands they don't know, or I'll reignite, the interest of a band maybe you used to like. Right now I've got one. This is the perfect band for a video like this. It's a band that I know a little bit about. I like a lot of the members in their other projects, but I'm not super familiar with this iteration, this group of people. We're talking about Flag. I like Keith Morris. I like the Circle Jerks, but I have historically not been into punk rock that is like pre-1990 over the years, right? When I was young, I kind of discovered punk. I discovered it in the mid-90s. I discovered mid-90s punk. I liked the Ramones, the Sex Pistols. I liked the Misfits. I liked the Circle Jerks. I liked Minor Threat. That was really it when it comes to like classic hardcore bands, classic punk bands. And I tried. I bought a lot of material back then. I bought Black Flag albums. I bought the Bad Brains albums. I just never really got into that music. I think what happened was I listened to the vocals, or listened to it once or twice, didn't care for the vocals much, and just never picked it back up. I didn't actively hate on it. I just didn't care about it. Some people take offense to that. Some people don't. It is what it is, man. But, I'll be talking about a band in this video that I'm fixing to see in a few weeks. But we just talked about the foundation of hardcore in another video when talking about Black Flag and Minor Threat. So it's kind of appropriate that I talk about these guys as well, because they're all part of that era of hardcore punk. I also want to be very clear that that video just kind of happened like that. It wasn't planned. I didn't mention Bad Brains because I picked out those two albums because Rob liked Black Flag and I liked Minor Threat. And I was like, let's talk about those two records. So it also sparked my interest in thinking of hey, I should go and do a Bad Brains video. So I will be doing one of those shortly. I'm a little nervous because I don't know a lot about the band, and I know their fans are passionate. I don't want to piss people off. I'm trying to learn here and have a good time. This is an entertainment channel, not the authority on anything, and we're not like a news channel. It's just an entertainment channel, man. We love punk rock stuff over here. So, before I jump into who is Flag, we're going to let you guys know that I got a Patreon if you guys want to check it out. We do giveaways, which I'm working on one as we speak. It's rolled up behind me. I've got a Descendents filmage poster I'm giving away. Thank you to Kevin from Valhalla Cinema. If you like, Flag, Black Flag, Descendents, Circle Jerks, check out Valhalla Cinema. They're from Houston. They're the homies. He donated this poster to give away through Patreon. There's also an exclusive Discord. I've also got Discogs, a web store, and a label linked in the description, and my Instagram. Go check out my Instagram. Follow me there just in case something happens with the channel. So if you don't want to do any of that, no worries. I sincerely appreciate you watching the video. That's what matters most, right? So who is Flag? Like I said a minute ago, Flag is a hardcore punk band led by original Black Flag frontman and all-around hardcore icon Keith Morris. Dude's rad, man. That guy's still got that hair too. It's crazy, man. Anyways, but it's also got the Black Flag bassist Chuck Dukowski. I hope I said his last name correctly. Former vocalist and rhythm guitarist Des Cadena, and Bill Stevenson, who also played in, like I said, the Misfits for a little while, and obviously the Descendents, right? So we're talking about, this band has got members of Black Flag, Circle Jerks, Descendents, and the Misfits. What? It's so crazy, dude. It's absolutely nuts. To understand Flag, you have to understand Black Flag a little bit, right? Again, I liked early Black Flag, but I was introduced to them through Damaged. Damaged. Is it Damaged or Damage? Either one, the one with the broken mirror on it, right? I didn't care for Rollins' vocals much, so I just never really gave them a fair shake. It is what it is, man. I wasn't good at being a punk rock kid. I'm not good at being a punk rock adult. But in 1976, Black Flag formed with Greg Ginn and Keith Morris being the founding members. After a number of lineup changes, Morris recorded vocals for the first Black Flag EP called Nervous Breakdown. After 2 years in the band, Keith Morris eventually left the band, citing, for among other reasons, creative differences with Greg Ginn and Dukowski and his own freaking out on cocaine and speed. Morris stated in his autobiography that he had also become disillusioned with what he saw as Black Flag's militaristic approach to practicing, despite not getting many shows at the time and being left out of the loop on decisions for the band. So it just seemed like Keith Morris was trying to have a good time, and they were really trying to take things really seriously. If I had to break it down simply, it sounds to me like they were taking things real serious, maybe even too serious, and Keith Morris just wanted to like have a band and hang out and have a good time. Dude, to each their own, man. But in 1979, Keith Morris starts the Circle Jerks, right? This is a brief history. I'm not going to go into any further than that. So then after plenty of turmoil, many more lineup changes, Black Flag breaks up, I think in 86, might be 87. Let me know in the comments. Around that time, about 40 years ago, there was a lawsuit between, I think it was Greg Ginn and Keith Morris and Ron Reyes, if I'm not mistaken. It resulted in this LP. Everything Went Black. This is the first edition of it. It's on SST. This is where they had to mark out the Black Flag logo. And instead of having the name Black Flag here, it just says the name of the band members. Greg Ginn, Chuck Dukowski, Des Cadena, Robo, and then it says Chavo Pederast for Ron Reyes. And then it says Johnny Bob Goldstein for Keith Morris. I'll be honest, dude, it's a little racist, dude. But anyways, this is a very old edition, first edition of this. The jacket's seen better days, but the discs are in real good shape. I'd call them like VG+. But this is up online if anybody wants it. It's not mine. It's just from my store. I just knew I was going to make this video, so I brought it home. It just kind of, everything blew up. The band basically dissolved, right? Black Flag was gone at this point. Again, according to what I understand. Honestly, to kind of own that whole situation, when Flag became a band that was actually going to do stuff besides just a reunion, they used that same design with the name of the people as their logo. So it just says their names on it. I kind of think that's awesome, dude. Yeah, it's on their shirts. I'd like to get one of those shirts when I see them. I heard they play a mix of Black Flag and some Descendents songs. Does anybody know if that's true? Like as Flag? Man, I'm excited to see this band, dude. The more I think about it, the more I'm so glad I'm going to go see them. I'm so excited. I didn't like the Descendents much until like a year and a half ago. Filmage is a really important documentary to me. It's one of the reasons I almost kept that poster, but I was like, no, it's sentimental to me. I'd like to give that away to somebody. So it may not mean as much to me as it, to the person that I give it to as it does to me, but that movie is really important because it really introduced me to the people that were in the Descendents, and that helped me understand who they were, and it really opened it changed my perspective, and I started listening to their lyrics through a different, lens, or seeing them through a different lens, however you want to word that. But, I like the Circle Jerks, but there's a lot of bands I didn't care about, and my point is that I'm glad I get to see these dudes, because in any other circumstance I probably wouldn't have gotten to, and this is as close as you're ever going to get to a real Black Flag lineup, in my opinion, in 2025. So, in 2003, Black Flag reformed with Ginn and pro skateboarder Mike Vallely on vocals, which I always thought was really strange. I heard about that and was like, that's weird. Which it like reinforced my who gives a shit attitude about Black Flag. I've never owned a Black Flag shirt. I've never drawn the logo on any of my stuff. I've never had a shirt. I've never had an album. So, I've never been a big fan, mostly because I just didn't care about the vocal stylings of Henry Rollins. And I've met the guy twice, and I didn't care for him. Whatever, man. He's probably fine, and I probably just had a bad night, or maybe I was being a dick. I don't actually remember. I'm just telling you, kind of how my brain worked and how my journey went. People get judgy so much about stuff that they don't know anything about, but I do think Mike Vallely was kind of cool back in the day. He had the first viral video that I ever saw when he fought 4 or 5 jock dudes on this parking lot of a truck stop on this skate video. He beat the shit out of them dudes. Yeah, so I liked Mike Vallely, but as a vocalist, no thanks, man. Anyways, on December 18th, 2011, Keith Morris, Chuck Dukowski, Bill Stevenson, and the Descendents' Stephen Egerton played the Nervous Breakdown EP in its entirety for the Golden Voice 30th anniversary show called GV30. This surprise gig at the Santa Monica Civic Auditorium took place between sets by the Vandals and the Descendents. Kind of making it like, I mean, can you imagine just being sitting there and then that shit happens? Like, that's crazy. But that's how we got Flag. On January 25th, 2013, it was announced that guitarist Greg Ginn and vocalist Ron Reyes would reform Black Flag, joined by Gregory Moore on drums and Dale Nixon on bass. Dale Nixon's actually a pseudonym for sometimes used by Greg Ginn, most prominently as the bassist on My War. The band would tour as well as release a new album, their first since 1985's In My Head. In March, it was announced that Screeching Weasel bassist Dave Klein had joined the band. On May 2nd of 2013, the band released a new song entitled Down in the Dirt through their website. After releasing 2 more singles, The Chase and Wallow in Despair, What the... was released on December 3rd of that year and was very poorly received by critics and fans, which I think is kind of interesting. You know, I don't know. I've never even heard the album. Around the same time, it was announced that the lineup that played at GV30, including Morris, Dukowski, Stevenson, and Egerton, would tour performing Black Flag songs under the name Flag. It was later announced that the lineup would be joined by Des Cadena. That's so dope, bro. On August 2nd, 2013, SST Records and Greg Ginn brought a trademark infringement action in Los Angeles federal court against Morris, Dukowski, Stevenson, Cadena, and Egerton with regard to their use of the name Black Flag and the Black Flag logo on the 2013 Flag Tour. In the same action, SST and Greg Ginn also sued Henry Rollins and Keith Morris to oppose and cancel the trademark applications filed in September 2012 by Rollins and Morris. SST and Ginn alleged that Rollins and Morris lied to the Patent and Trademark Office on their trademark applications regarding claimed use of the Black Flag name and logo by Rollins and Morris on records, t-shirts, and with regard to live performances. On October 2013, a federal judge denied the motion for a preliminary injunction brought by Ginn and SST against Morris, Dukowski, Stevenson, Cadena, and I should just say Flag, right? The court ruled that it was possible that the logo had fallen into generic use, but it did not rule specifically that it had done so. The court also ruled that Ginn and SST could not prevent the use of the band name Flag, as it was likely that fans would know the difference between the two, specifically because of the widespread publicity of this lawsuit and the popularity of both acts. But yeah, so, you know, in 2013, a judge literally said they can be called Flag. They can play these songs. You can't tell them that they can't, you know? I think it's real weird. I don't guess it's real weird. I just find something odd about Ginn and SST taking these dudes to court. Doesn't Greg Ginn own SST? I can't remember. And I just think it's weird. Like, why? I guess since him and Keith Morris were founding members, dude, all this lawsuit stuff within these punk bands kills me, man. It's just so like not within the spirit of punk. But I get it, man. It's your baby. You don't want somebody else using it, whether you think it's right or wrong, whether you're right or wrong. If it's something that you care a lot about, you're gonna defend it. But yeah, man. So we get Flag, man. We get this band now of 4. I guess maybe was it 4 or 5? It's Keith Morris, Dukowski, Stevenson, Cadena, and Egerton. So it's 5 people, just legends, dude. Playing these songs now, and if they play any Descendents songs, this is gonna be a legendary show. I can't wait to film this, dude. So what I want from the audience is, please, information. All right? If I got something wrong, I don't mind if you tell me, but I would appreciate it if you wouldn't be rude about it. I look, I typically don't get bothered by the trolling, man. I really don't. But I don't really understand it. So anyway, I mean, if you feel the need to troll, go right ahead. It's all good. But I would love information. That's what I really want. I want information. I want a dialogue started. I want to talk with y'all. But I'm excited for Flag. Let me know what other bands you're excited to see at Punk Rock Bowling. What other band do you want me to do a little brief history of? I'm thinking about doing one for the Bouncing Souls and one for the Interrupters because they're bigger bands. I really think I should highlight Power Trip because I knew Riley pretty well. And I knew the other guys like a little bit, but I knew Riley pretty well. And I know, obviously he's gone, but them playing there is kind of crazy. But dude, the closer we get to this, the more I'm excited for this particular set. I don't know, man. I like Bill Stevenson a lot. I like watching him play drums. Shout out to the dudes in Broken Cuffs, man. That guy, their drummer is really great too. But I like Bill Stevenson's like very upright, robotic, like matter of fact, mathematical style of drumming, if that makes sense. And I know he wrote a lot of the, Descendents stuff, maybe most of it even. He was on 2 Misfits records. I mean, what a legend, right? After having the brain problem he used to have, was it cancer or a tumor, or are those both the same thing? Dude, I don't know, man. Not educated, all right? I got some street smarts, but I'm not educated, bro. I didn't go to college. Barely got out of high school. And by barely, I mean I dropped out, went back and got my diploma like 2 years later. I graduated at age 20. So, but at least I did it, right? It is funny, too, because I'm so damn stubborn. That's why I went back. Because somebody told me I couldn't do it. They're like, you couldn't have got it anyways. I'm like, yeah, I could, brother. No, dude. I don't remember who it was I was talking to. I was arguing with somebody. It might have been like my mom or something. She might have been playing some kind of trick on me and got me to go back to school. I don't know. But yeah, man, Flag, dude. I'm ready to see this band play. What about Off? Tell me where I should start with Off. I hear that Off is really similar to like early Black Flag stuff, but I don't know much about Off. I know it's Keith Morris, and I know that people like them. But these older bands, dude, it's no disrespect. I just didn't get to know them. I heard them once or twice, and if I didn't like it right away, I just moved on. I just thought back in the day, I was thinking like, there's plenty of music I like. There's bands I know I like. There's new music coming out. If I go backwards and I listen to the classic stuff, if I don't like it, I didn't used to like The Damned. Okay. There's a few bands I still don't really care for, but dude, The Clash, I love their first 2 albums now. Used to hate that band. The Damned, I've gotten to like them quite a bit. The first 2 records I really kind of like a lot now. I'm excited to listen to Bad Brains. Like that wouldn't have happened 2 years ago. Early Black Flag, I've been jamming a bunch. I've even been jamming the Rollins stuff. Got back into the Circle Jerks a little bit. I got back into Bad Religion, bands I just hadn't listened to in a long time. Dude, this channel has gotten me a lot of education, and it's given me the ability to learn a bunch about stuff I really care about. Just because I didn't go back in time when I was a kid doesn't mean that I don't love this and it's not in my blood as much as it is for anybody else out there. I am like, I don't know how to say this. Like it is deep within my bones. My love for this, my dedication to the community. So, but my point is I'm excited, dude. Like I'm stoked. I thank you guys for supporting this channel. Thank you for helping me get here. Thank you for affording me the opportunity to do this for, not much money, but some. It's starting to help. You know what I'm saying? So once I can do this like full time, and I'm living on some of the money, bro, I'm telling you, the amount of cool videos I'm gonna bring to the table is gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna fly all over the world and vlog it. I'm going to create awesome documentary style stuff. I'm going to have amazing guests. I already have done all of that. Just imagine when I have like some real financial like security from it. We'll get there. We're only at 11K, man. It's only been 2 years, dude. You wait till we hit 5 years. What do you think I'm going to be on 5-year anniversary of this channel? Way up there, bro. Come on, dude. Everybody that hates on me, man, please keep doing it, dude. Let me know how much I suck. I need the interactions. All right, I'm going to shut up and get out of here. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Please give us a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And let me know what you're looking forward to. Let me know something about Flag, what you like about Keith Morris. Do you like his vocals better? Do you like Henry Rollins' vocals better? Who else did their vocals for them? Was it Dez or was it... no, it was the other guy, wasn't it? It was... See, I just never got into them enough to even know this. Ron? Was it Ron Reyes? Anyways, I'm going to shut up before I start looking stupider than I already do. But thank you. See you next time. Peace.